Screams Horror Film Festival. And we are going to talk today to director and screenwriter Justin Reager, whose
Hey,
film, thank you for coming, Justin.
thank you for having me.
We're going to talk about two projects today. And first, and that's great that it's not very often that someone gets a film in and a screenplay in. So kudos to you for that.
Yeah, that was very exciting news. We were very happy with it.
We are going to get into 7 Minutes in Hell, which is directed by Justin Reager, yourself, and Shane Spiegel. And Shane's not here today, but congrats for the award nomination.
Thank you.
So you got to tell me how, I am so bad at giving away the synopsis, at giving away, with the synopsis, I just tell the whole story. So rather than let the film festival director ruin your movie, can you tell the viewers what they are going to see in August at Oregon Screams Horror Film Festival from 7 Minutes in Hell?
Yeah, well, 7 Minutes in Hell is about a group of teens who break into a haunted house, and they end up playing Spin the Bottle on a Ouija board and go into one of the closets to play 7 Minutes in Heaven. But, problems arise when they get in there, and, the conversation between our two leads gets a little awkward, and then the lights go out, and, they get attacked by something in the closet.
Whoa. Yeah, very creepy concept, man. And, the judges really liked it. It was kind of a wild ride, but it was kind of like, no, don't do it. It's kind of like one of those throw the popcorn at the screen, try to tell the people not to make the mistake in the horror film. But very, very cool concept. Where'd you find the actors for this one?
We had a great casting director who helped us find our talent. Samantha, we knew right away, our lead, who plays Olivia, we knew right away she was going to be our star. Because she's just we had seen her a little bit of work in TV, and she was really good, and she just knows, she knows how to give that performance where you can switch between being scared and terrified, and strong and ready to fight. And that's only 13 minutes in length. You kind of need someone who can do that quick.
Sure. Yeah. The acting is great in this, and good job casting. And what about your crew? Do you have your own production company, or do you kind of assemble everything on a weekend and just go for it?
We do have our own production company. We made it for the short, but the main crew is myself, Shane, our producer, Jake, who we've worked with for years, and our cinematographer, Will, who was actually, when we were in film school, he was, I think, 2 years above us. And, so we hung out after school when we got out into Los Angeles, and we had a friendship for a while. And then when we were making this short, the four of us kind of came together and said, what's something we can make that's not only going to be something scary and fun to watch, but also shows off our ability, that we thought was okay, well, we've been in the industry doing digital content for years, and then some television, and it was just okay, we thought we're good now. We can make a good short film. Let's show off a little.
Yeah, good stuff. Did you learn anything from this film? Good or bad, doesn't have to be necessarily a negative thing, but what did you learn from doing this film?
Oh, we learned a lot. This was the first time we had done straight horror for Shane and I. So you kind of we watched a lot of the greats, whether that's more the B movie side or, obviously a big inspiration is The Conjuring from James Wan. We wanted to see if we can do a Conjuring in a short amount of time. And one of the things we learned, we originally were doing our closet scene, and we had it shot a couple different ways. I don't want to give away too much for the audience, but we had a lot of extra footage in a way that we were like, okay, we're going to show, you know, monster over here, monster over there kind of thing. And at the end of the day, the scene just wasn't working, and we were trying to figure it out in the editing room for a while. And we rewatched The Conjuring, and we ended up like being very inspired from, you know, James knows that that like the scariest thing is just like the dark corner of a room, and you could just slow push in on a dark room and it's scary. It's like the most terrifying thing, you know. And so we ended up being able to just do the over the shoulder shot where you see Olivia looking into, you know, something she hears in the corner of a dark closet. And that was something we figured out like in the editing room. So we learned a lot on this film, a lot of how to shoot horror, how to build tension, which is not an easy thing to do.
All right. Well, you definitely got the desired effect. The judges were really, really impressed, hence the Best Directing Award. Very, very good. Very good stuff. So let's switch gears for a minute to horror comedy, because we're going to talk about The Murder Show. And it's also, you know, nominated for an award for Best Horror Comedy Screenplay. Talk to me about The Murder Show.
The Murder Show is a fun feature idea where we basically, you know, we had been inspired by a lot of Freaky and Happy Death Day. And we were like, oh, it's fun that they have like these, like, you know, movies that we've seen before with like this fun murderous twist. And I don't remember exactly when we thought of it, but we were like, what if it was the Truman Show, but murder? and like it immediately was like, oh yeah, well that should be a movie already, so we should write it quickly.
You got to call Jim Carrey and see if he can work on it, because it'd be the ultimate bad sequel, right? Like,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
if Jim Carrey played our like director character, can you imagine? That would just be incredible.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's about a show where every year, you know, like kids are growing up in this town, and every year when a cast turns 18, the cast is usually about like, you know, 5 or 6 people. That cast is killed off. Sometimes by, you know, a slasher like a Jason type. Sometimes they're killed off by ghosts or the paranormal. You know, each year is a different thing, but the idea is that the 5 teens that are in the town that get killed, they're real, and everyone else, their parents, their teachers, their friends, are all fake.
Oh, wow. All right, man, that sounds exciting. You just kind of did the script and just, are you hoping to produce it one day, or is it one of those things where you'd be open just to selling it to somebody, or what's your next step? What's your next logical step here?
I mean, I think it's a good one to be sold. I think for if we were going to do it as a first feature, it's a little higher in the budget now. I'd say probably less than 10 million, but it probably won't be what we get to direct as like first time directors for a feature. But yeah, I'd love to sell it. Whatever, you know, any studio they want can make it. It'd be I think it's a very easy sell to audiences, you know.
Nice. Well, what else are you working on?
Oh, well, we got a feature that we're working on now. We're hopefully looking to direct it next year. It's going to be a horror. I'd say it's more on the horror end, but you know, we wanted to obviously have some funny moments in it. You know, like your Get Outs, where you know it's going to be traditional, it's going to be scary, but yeah, there's going to be comedy in it because we have a hard time writing something usually that's not comedic. 7 Minutes in Hell being the one real exception, where we really just wanted to do like, okay, we're going to do straight horror so we can, you know, show that we can do it.
Yeah, you guys went raw and serious on that one. So be interesting to see what you do with the feature. That sounds exciting. And you know, hey, it's like the next logical progression in your career. It's like you keep you know, keep taking it to another level, keep taking it to another level, keep showing people what you can do. And you're well on your way. You can tell, you know, from 7 Minutes in Hell, you're very seasoned filmmakers. So it's exciting to see, you know, what your next steps are.
Well, thank you very much, and we really appreciate you having us at the festival in 2 categories. That's, you know, we it's really nice to be able to get the good exposure that you've provided us, and we're really grateful for that.
All right, my man. Well, the pleasure is all mine. You make us look good. There'll be plenty of horror fans in Oregon at the Clinton Street Theater ready to see this one. So very, very exciting times. And thanks again for your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
And thank everyone who goes out to see it.
For sure. For sure. And you'll be there to get those reactions, man. I tell people, like, with horror and with comedy, you get to know right away whether you're doing it right.
So, exactly. Yeah.
So appreciate it. All right, my man. Take it easy.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.